This is an SKN Newsline special feature.
Can you tell me what BDO does?
Sure. So BDO is a tax and audit firm, worldwide, 60,000 employees, in nearly 200 countries. But what we do is we're part of the advisory side, and we do due diligence for the government programs here in the Caribbean.
And that sounds like a lot, first of all.
Yes.
So how exactly are you linked to citizenship by investment? Because that sounds like a lot of work, a lot of liaising and that sort of thing.
Sure. So about 5 years ago, our due diligence group expanded into this industry. And since then, we've really started working with the governments. So we work with a number of CIUs down here, as well as certain agents for any of their pre-application needs as well. So.
And in the last few years, since you started doing this, have you seen an increase or decrease in clientele or any more diversity in terms of who you serve?
Sure. So I think in the past few years, and I would say I've been in this industry for about 7, we've seen an importance on due diligence that truly did not exist 10 years ago, 15 years ago. So over the past 5 years especially, we certainly have seen a increased interest, an increased level of clientele. The CIUs are more involved and more engaged in the process itself. So we've certainly developed, and our due diligence has gotten better over time, but certainly have seen an increase in clientele, an increase in applicants throughout the past few years.
And with this increase, have there been any challenges?
Sure. I mean, I think we face a number of challenges just in terms of accessing information. So in the due diligence that we do, it's very important that we do it on the ground work, but changing data privacy laws are making it more difficult. And certainly there are challenges just when it comes to people coming from different countries where it might be a little bit more difficult to do due diligence. But it's certainly, we like the challenge and we like to see this diversity in clientele.
Thank you so very much for talking with me.
Thank you.
My name is John Zuliani. I'm the president and owner of the Royal St. Kitts Hotel.
Thank you so much. What do you do?
What do I not do? I own and manage the Royal St. Kitts Hotel, which is a condominium hotel located here in St. Kitts. We sell condominium units in our hotel that qualify for citizenship by investment through the Citizenship by Investment program here in St. Kitts.
And that goes on to my second question, how are you linked to the CBI program? So let's say I'm an investor from Jamaica or China and I decide, listen, I'd love to be a part of the CBI program. I can invest through your hotel?
That is correct. Just whether you're interested in the CBI program or just interested in buying a condominium unit in our hotel to live in St. Kitts, to vacation in St. Kitts, we cater to either option. So the main difference is for someone purchasing a unit is they're going to use a unit. Who's vacationing here. Those purchasing the unit to obtain citizenship would most likely put their unit in a rental program to earn a return on their unit when they're not using it.
That seems to be a good business model. Have you seen any changes to your clientele? Speaking of increases, decreases, diversity in terms of geographic locations, that sort of thing?
General regions that we found our clients coming from have pretty much been consistent to the Middle East and Asia is the main two largest regions that we found. There has been slight decrease as the hurricane fund was introduced, but now with our new pricing here in St. Kitts for the new real estate investment option of $200,000, I believe that we're going to see a lot more increase in real estate investment in St. Kitts.
And I know you just mentioned, thank you, I know you just mentioned the hurricane fund, but what challenges does the Royal St. Kitts Hotel face, especially linking to the CBI program?
So we're not facing any challenges with the CBI program. We're one of the few projects that aren't based on citizenship by investment. We are hotel and residential unit condominium complex that qualifies for citizenship by investment. So we're not facing any challenges, but what we saw from the industry is that when the investment amount was at the $400,000 minimum investment amount and the hurricane fund was introduced, there was a large discrepancy in terms of price, so there's a much higher increase in hurricane fund. Now that the new fund is established, with the reduced $200,000 investment, it's much more comparable, which is why I believe you'll see a lot more investment in real estate projects, or at least it to be more even than one-sided.
Thank you so very much.
My name is Daisy Joseph Andel. I am the CBI Coordinator and Legal Counsel for Kimpton Kawana Bay in Grenada.
All right, thank you so much. Now, what do you do?
I coordinate and I do legal stuff. So I am in charge of the office in Grenada for Kimpton Kawana Bay. Kimpton Kawana Bay is a development company that is operating in Grenada. Kimpton Kawana Bay represents the premier real estate investment option in Grenada right now under the Grenada Citizenship by Investment program.
Excellent. Now, how do your services link to the Citizenship by Investment program? You've mentioned primary real estate, but how is it that real estate has anything to do with CBI for people who don't know?
Of course. So Grenada's Citizenship by Investment program has two components. One being a donation option where there's an investment, there's a payment to the government through the National Transformation Fund. And also we have the real estate investment option. With the real estate investment option, purchasers are able to acquire deeded freehold title as part of their citizenship by investment application. This property can be held for 3 years and then resold. So it is an excellent investment opportunity for persons who are seeking not just citizenship and a Grenada passport, which gives, of course, great mobility, but also a quality investment in Grenada.
Thank you. And my final question to you, it's a bit lengthy, but have you seen a direct impact on your business with recent changes to the CBI or changes over the years? So we're talking about more diverse clients, less clients, more clients. Have you seen anything like this?
Well, I think that the CBI programs, not just in Grenada and the Caribbean, have been developing very well. In Grenada, we have seen a tripling of the applications that came in 2017. Our project directly affected, yes, we have seen high quality investors coming from several countries, China, the Middle East, Southeast Asia, South Africa, a very large market. People are becoming more aware of the value of having a second passport for various reasons. Second citizenship, I think the industry has now found its footing, and that is a very good reflection on what we are accomplishing as a Caribbean initiative.
Thank you so very much for your time.
You're most welcome. Thank you.
My name is Jeffrey Tucker, and I work for the American Institute for Economic Research in Great Barrington, Massachusetts.
Thank you so much. And your presentation this morning about the future of blockchain technology and cryptocurrency was fascinating for me, very interesting. But for persons who don't know, what's Bitcoin and what's Bitcoin Cash?
Oh, the difference between Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, they really live on two different ecospheres. Bitcoin, what is now called Bitcoin Core, thinks of itself as a store of value, but not so much for hand-to-hand trading. It's not scalable for global use. So that's the difference. Bitcoin Core, Bitcoin Cash is just Bitcoin, except it scales to become a global currency, essentially. In fact, just 2 days ago, Bitcoin Cash upgraded from 8 megabyte blocks to 32 megabyte blocks, meaning they can process more and more and more transactions. And so the importance of that is it keeps the fees really low that the miners charge, so it's very low. It's almost free. Almost free. I think I sent some transactions the other day, pretty large transactions for something like 20% of 1 penny. Yeah.
Almost non-existent.
Almost.
And there's a machine behind you, and it's the Bitcoin ATM, as I like to call it.
Yes.
And St. Kitts and Nevis will be having 4 of these, and there will be 5. St. Kitts and Nevis will be sharing them. What is it?
Yeah. Oh, that's really wonderful. It's a chance for you to get Bitcoin. People worry that I don't know how to get it, and it can be tricky. People hear a lot about it. I'd like that, but I don't know how. And there's no one company that represents Bitcoin, right? So it can be hard to get in a way. You have to link up your bank account. You have to do something. So the Bitcoin ATM, you just take some cash, put it right in the machine, and you've got a wallet, and out comes the thing you want. And then you can just hold it. You can use it and spend it anywhere. You can get a Bitcoin debit card and use it for everyday transactions to pay your rent or get your plane flights or anything you want. Or you can just save it and watch it grow in value, we hope.
And you mentioned that there's no single entity representing Bitcoin, which leads me to my second to last question. Do you see any banks that are embracing cryptocurrency?
Well, initially when it came out, banks were terrified of it. They didn't want to have it, but now they're getting more and more open to it. Even in the U.S. I mean, and U.S. is the worst in the world for crypto. I mean, but even there, it's getting better. So there's a lot of banks that are now not just open to it, but actually inviting companies to come in and do banking with them. Yeah, the reason is because it's a huge industry. It's $1 trillion industry now. You can't just say to that, you can't come here. That's crazy. So.
And my final question, Bitcoin identifies itself as, changing the way people think about money.
Yes.
And so one of the appeals of Bitcoin Core is the idea of a return on investment. Can people expect that sort of thing, that return on investment from Bitcoin Cash?
Yeah, I think so. In fact, I would say that because you can use Bitcoin Cash and it's very cheap and fast, that the use case itself is what underscores its value. I am personally, and I'm speaking for myself here, more concerned about the valuation of Bitcoin Core because the use case is not quite there anymore. It's not there yet. Now there are off-chain solutions that people are looking to, like Lightning networks, to enable cash transactions with Bitcoin Core, but they're not really viable yet. So there's still a waiting period. Bitcoin Cash you can use right now for everyday trading. It really is cash for the internet for the whole world.
And before you go, should I be worried about Bitcoin? Am I okay? Is it okay? Am I safe?
You're a lot more safe with Bitcoin than you are with credit cards or national money. I mean, those are always subject to identity theft. Your banks can take your money anytime. Government can take it. I don't know. I don't think it's very safe. Bitcoin is really yours. It's your wealth. And you own it. You control it. That's what's amazing about it.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tucker.
Okay, my pleasure.
My name is Thomas Anthony. I am the global head of ICV, meaning Immigration, Citizenship and Visa for Exeger.
Excellent. Now, Mr. Anthony, this seems very futuristic from what I'm seeing. It says technology-based solutions for the immigration, citizenship and visa industry. What do you do?
So we do a number of things. Exeger is a risk, compliance and governance company headquartered in New York with offices in several other countries and cities. For example, Vancouver, Toronto, Hong Kong, London, Singapore. So we provide for this particular space, the CBI, CIP space, due diligence on behalf of governments on clients or applicants to their programs. We also provide technological solutions for both the government agency and the authorized agents in the programs. One of these technology solutions, which you alluded to in your comments earlier, is called DDIQ, which is an artificial intelligence driven search tool or search platform that we advocate agents of this space use as a first line of vetting of applicants before they pass them on to the unit.
Very futuristic, sounds like a lot of work. Not something I would have expected to see in this region, which I find absolutely fascinating. Who is it available for in terms of who already has access to it? I know it's for the citizenship investment program space, but what countries have access to it?
Okay, so all of the programs in the Caribbean, well, 4 of the programs in the Caribbean, 4 of the 5 we provide services to. And those units have access to DDIQ, which is that artificial intelligence tool I alluded to. It's also a good tool for the agents in this space, as well as banks, insurance companies, anyone really who is intending to do business with subjects from different countries who they may not know. It gives them a background check on these individuals, and they can then determine whether they do business with them. But specifically for this space, the units have access to it. Some agents have access to it, and we are advocating that agents use it as a first line of vetting in the due diligence process for applicants of this of the CBI programs.
Very fascinated by it, but can you say in the last few years if you've seen an increase or a decrease in clientele, and can you say, are you seeing more diversity in who you serve?
Okay, so we have 2 ways that we serve the industry. Using DDIQ, which I just mentioned, but we also provide what's called enhanced due diligence for the governments who run these programs. Enhanced due diligence include on-the-ground human intelligence investigation of subjects, of applicants in the country from which they are from. So in 2 ways, we've seen an increase. DDIQ is new to this space. It's not a new tool. It's not, in terms of its use, it's been used in the financial sector for some time, but we're now introducing it to the CBI space. So we've seen an uptick in agents becoming, or signing on to the software, yeah? So subscribing to using DDIQ in searching to get information on their clients before they onboard them. And we've also seen an increase for enhanced due diligence on behalf of governments coming out of the region from the programs that we serve.
And my final question to you, Mr. Anthony, you mentioned having to do due diligence on the ground. And I know that there are different rules for different countries or persons who might be interested in the CBI program. What challenges do you face?
Okay, so yes, there are different programs and there are different scope of work for different programs. But there are some commonalities, such as verification of documents, that the documents they provide, such as their birth certificate, their passports, their diplomas, are indeed authentic documents, as well as confirming and verifying that they do work at the place that they report they work, or that they have a relationship with the company that they have listed on their application. So that's the kind of work that we're doing on behalf of governments. I said earlier, DDIQ, we advocate for agents. We don't do that kind of work for agents. We believe that DDIQ is a tool that agents should use.
Thank you so very much for talking with us, and wishing you all the best.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks a lot.
Hello, my name is Dahlia Joseph Rowe, and I'm the managing partner at the law firm of Joseph Rowe. We're based in Nevis.
So, what do you do? You're a law firm, but what do you do?
We're a full-service law firm. When you're in small jurisdictions, you tend to have to be competent and good at everything. So We do a wide range of services. We have commercial and corporate clients. We do commercial corporate litigation, commercial litigation. We do citizenship by investment, of course, and we also do some ship mortgages, ship registration on the St. Kitts Nevis International Ship Registry. We also do litigation generally, civil litigation. We're also involved in real estate in terms of the purchase and sale of real estate and pretty much the offshore financial services as well. We would incorporate IBCs, LLCs, international trusts, multi-form foundations, and pretty much anything that anyone needs to have done in St. Kitts and Nevis that you need a lawyer for, we're there for you.
And that sounds like a whole lot. So how specifically does your law firm, or what does it do to have any linkages with the Citizenship by Investment program?
Okay, we are authorized service providers for the St. Kitts Nevis Citizenship by Investment program. So we are very knowledgeable in terms of the workings of the program, the processes. We guide our clients. We have a significant number of clients that would come to us with queries in terms of the program. So we guide you through the pre-application process, and then we would actually assist you with the application process in terms of filling out your forms and getting all the documents you need to get and simplifying the process as much as possible. We try to make it as seamless and as easy a process as possible for our clients. We aim to be responsive. We aim to provide good quality service to our clients who we know spend a lot investing in getting their citizenship. So we try to treat each client as our premier client.
Have you seen in recent years, or with recent changes to the CBI program, have you seen any impact on your business in terms of clientele, diverse clientele, increase, decrease, can you say?
Yes, certainly. There's definitely has been a positive impact, in response to the recent changes. Well, we had the Hurricane Relief Fund, which we saw a tremendous amount of interest being generated, and we've since moved beyond that, and we now have the Sustainable Growth Fund. There's definitely, there has been, in my view, a sort of revival, because in terms of, while all queries will not translate into a client that applies for citizenship, the number of queries has increased tremendously.
Thank you so very much.
Okay, great.
Great.